start by creating folders for your classes.
First, we'll click on New or Create. And then select Folder. When you do this correctly, a dialog box will appear where you're going to be able to name your folder.
Teachers, please pause the movie and wait for your students to create and then add the new folder. Press play when you're ready to move on. Great! Now let's name this folder.
All folders will be named with the same rules, so pay attention. Let's start with English. Your folder name will start with the period you have English. So let's say I have English period 3. I'll type the number 3. Go ahead and type the period you have English. Next, put in a space and then type the subject. So everyone will type in English. We're almost there. Next, you'll type in another space, your last name, space, first initial.
So let's double check. You should have the period you have English, then the word English, then a space. Make sure you have space between the period and English as well. Then your last name, then space, then your first initial. From there, you will click Create. Let's pause this movie and make sure that everybody is able to create their English folder. Now it's time to create folders for all of your classes. Remember, you're going to go to Create, select Folder.
Make sure you use the appropriate naming conventions for each one, and make a folder for your math class, your history class, your science class, your PE class, and maybe even your elective class, as well as your advisory class.
Teachers, pause the movie now and wait for your students to have folders for each of their periods. Students, as you're working, you might want to peek at your neighbor and make sure that they're following the proper naming conventions.